107.5 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
One of the big storylines of fall camp, there's a lot of storylines, Tyler, of fall camp. One of the big ones I think that we have glossed over is going to be that backup quarterback position because, as you mentioned, you got a highly thought of guy, two technically highly in terms of recruiting rankings. Luke Doty, actually, I think still the highest rated quarterback South Carolina's recruited over the last 15 years. I believe I think he is slightly higher than Ryan Holinsky.
He's
according to
4-star, right?
Yeah, it was according to one of them. And then on top of that, obviously, Aaron Noland, who was extremely highly recruited, highly thought of, went to Ohio State, did not play a snap. And then Cutter Woods comes in as the true freshman. As we pointed out, there is going to be a moment in this season, in my opinion, a key moment where one of them has to go in and take meaningful reps to get a first down, to score a touchdown, to lead a team to a field goal.
And I think depending on when that happens during the season determines who it is, right? And again, I'm knocking on wood, hoping this doesn't happen, but let's say something happens in the first game against Virginia Tech. Again, that's a Power 4 opponent, one that has the capabilities of beating you because they've got good talent on their side of the field as well. Do you trust somebody that's never taken a college snap, or you say, you know what, Luke Doty, hey, Sellers going to be out for this drive. Just go out there and hold down the fort. We're not asking you to go out there and sling the ball 60 yards down the field or do anything spectacular. Just go out there, manage it until we can figure out what's going on with Sellers, and we'll go from there.
Quarterback situation in the SEC is probably more wild than I had thought about when you think about the fact that there's young guys with teams relying so much on them.
You look at Texas. You look at Georgia, you look at Alabama. I mean, the three of the heaviest hitters in the SEC. Throw Auburn in there as well, that have quarterbacks with varying degrees of experience. Again, Gunnar Stockton's played basically, 6 quarters of meaningful football for Georgia. Arch Manning had 2 starts last year. Jackson Arnold played most of the year last year as OU starter, but we still don't know everything about these guys. And we think of these teams as potential possible threats in the SEC and maybe on the national championship picture when you talk about Georgia, Alabama, and Texas, that we don't know enough about the quarterbacks to say for sure how good or bad they're going to be.
A coach's career is riding on Jackson Arnold.
Yes, it is.
That's another very good one.
It very much is.
Ty Simpson at Alabama is another one when you talk about that.
And, Jackson Arnold, as you would expect a player to do, took responsibility at media day saying, hey, stuff at OU, that was on me. I talked to Cale Gundy a couple days later, who covers OU, former quarterback out there, and he's like, no, that was really about the things around him. So Hugh Freeze is riding on Jackson Arnold suffering from the environment he was in, not the play he had, not the kind of player he is, because he thinks he can come in and be the catalyst for changing Auburn football, because Peyton Thorne wasn't that guy last year. There's
been such hype of South Carolina and Lenore Sellers being a top 10 or top 5 pick and this and that and the other. And at times, I don't know if we have really broke down the fact that 16 head coaches in the league, no coaching turnover in the offseason, but so many questions at quarterback, so much hype, so much excitement for a couple different quarterbacks, and all of a sudden you look at it and you go, boy, something happens to Garrett Nussmeier in the first quarter at Clemson for LSU. Oh, my, what happens if DJ Lagway's not ready to go? What happens if Arch Manning or Lenore Sellers?
Sure, and when you have as much turnover at quarterback that this league has had, there's probably 1 2 teams that we think are going to be really good that aren't that, and there's probably a couple teams that we think are going to be really bad that end up being pretty decent to actually being pretty good, which is going to make it very interesting. But like you said, when you look at the combination of LSU, Florida, and South Carolina, so much of their success rides on that quarterback being healthy. Where, again, if you're Florida right now, you're already starting to panic a little bit because DJ Lagway, in 1 year on campus, has had about 4 separate injuries, and he's already starting camp in a walking boot. So what does that mean? Because after him, your quarterback play falls off significantly, and I don't know what that means for them. I don't know what that means for Billy Napier, but they better hope he stays healthy.